So a lot of things in Hollywood are ritualistic for sure. And if you pay close attention to it, you can see it. When you see somebody holding up this like this, with the two fingers close like this, that's the hand sign of the Baphomet. You know, they do say Lucifer.
A lot of people swear Hollywood moves in ritual patterns, and they say if you watch closely, you'll spot the signals everywhere. Some even claim certain hand signs mean certain things, like when you see somebody holding up this like this, with the two fingers closed like this, that's the hand sign of the bathroom. They do Luciferianism. That's a wild claim, and it's not confirmed, but it sets the tone for the story that's blowing up right now. Because this isn't just celebrity real estate gossip anymore. It's a messy situation tied to a mansion that people say has way more going on than anyone expected. The biggest shock is the timing too, because while Sean "Diddy" Combs is currently incarcerated after a federal case, his massive Beverly Hills property suddenly got pulled off the market, and insiders are acting like it's not about money at all. It's about what people might find. Here's what's public and reportable. The property is the well-known ultra-luxury estate that drew federal attention back in 2024 and later became part of nonstop headlines. And in October 2025, Diddy was sentenced to 50 months after a jury convicted him on 2 counts related to transportation to engage in prostitution, while he was acquitted of more serious charges that could have meant far more time. Prosecutors asked for over 11 years, and his legal team pushed back hard. That part is real and documented in mainstream reporting. We'll stay focused on confirmed facts, and will clearly label anything else as rumor or allegation. Now here's where it gets spicy. People aren't only talking about 11 years the case, they're talking about the house like it's a vault full of secrets. The mansion was listed publicly, and then after reported buyer hesitation, it was pulled. And that's where the whispers took over. Folks online started claiming private tours left buyers shaken, and that certain areas didn't match the usual glossy real estate presentation. And you already know how this goes. Once the internet senses a mystery, it turns into a full-time investigation. People start asking, why pull the listing now, of all times? Why not just sell and move on? Why does it feel like somebody wants to shut the doors before the wrong person starts asking the right questions? Even more intense, the rumors focus on hidden spaces, talk about tunnels, sealed off rooms, doors you can't open during tours, and areas that supposedly weren't shown like the rest of the house. These claims are not confirmed as fact, but they're trending because the timing makes everything look suspicious to the public. Then there's the documentary angle that added gasoline to the fire. Commentators keep bringing up how streaming projects and media coverage can push stories back into the spotlight at the worst possible time. And when people think footage exists, even if it's unverified, they react like it's a ticking bomb. Now let's be careful here. Public lawsuits and public reporting have included allegations about misconduct, coercion, and abuse of power dynamics. Those are serious claims, and they're handled in court, not in internet comment sections. So in this script, we're not declaring guilt. We're laying out what's publicly discussed, what's alleged, and why the mansion became the symbol people won't stop talking about. Because the core rumor isn't even the house is hard to sell. The rumor is the house holds receipts. And when people say receipts, they don't just mean gossip. They mean documents, devices, logs, storage, and anything that could connect to a broader story. And that's why the property being pulled feels
money. It's about control. And right now, Diddy has none.
Diddy really screwed up, and I'm not referring to his criminal trial, which has him sitting in prison right now, but it has to do with something that happened right before he got arrested. If you've seen the Netflix documentary about Diddy,
feels like a power move to a lot of watchers. They believe every tour is a risk. Another person seeing something odd, another person asking questions, another person telling a friend, and suddenly the internet has a new lead. You also have the legal strategy piece, where Diddy's team is fighting on multiple fronts, appealing the sentence, pushing back on narratives, and challenging media portrayals. The public reads that like, if everything's fine, why is everyone scrambling? That might be an unfair assumption, but it's exactly how audiences react when pressure is high. So the mansion isn't just a mansion anymore. It's a symbol of control. Control of the story, control of access, control of what gets seen and what stays hidden. And when control slips, even for a second, that's when leaks happen and reputations go up in smoke. Now, the big question that's exploding online is simple. If buyers really saw something that freaked them out, what was it? And if nothing happened, why does it feel like the listing got yanked at the most strategic moment possible? Hold that thought, because in part 2, we're breaking down the exact rumors people keep repeating. The tunnels, the soundproof spaces, the sealed areas, and why the internet thinks this wasn't built for comfort. It was built for silence. Now let's get into the rumors everyone keeps circling, because this is where the story turns from weird to what is going on. People online claim private tours didn't go like normal celebrity real estate showings. Not champagne and compliments, but awkward moments, sudden that area is off limits, and faces that look like they saw something they can't unsee. One of the biggest repeat rumors is tunnels. Some point to the estate's underground or enclosed passage-style features, and they twist it into something darker, like hidden routes, side exits, and paths that avoid cameras. Is that confirmed as some criminal design? No. But do luxury properties sometimes have unusual layouts and private access? Yes. And that's why this rumor spreads fast, because it's just believable enough for people to run with it. Another rumor is about rooms that feel purpose-built. Not just storage or wine cellar vibes, but spaces people describe as unusually sealed, unusually quiet, unusually controlled. Online chatter claims there were areas that didn't show up in the usual glossy listing photos, and that alone makes audiences go, why wouldn't you show the whole house if it's so perfect? Then comes the speculation about security and recording. Let's be extremely careful here. The internet often jumps from a house has cameras to it must be recording people secretly, which is a massive leap. Many wealthy homes have serious security systems. That's normal. But because lawsuits and headlines have discussed allegations involving surveillance and coercion, people fuse everything together and start acting like the mansion itself is evidence. You'll see people online repeat claims like there were camera feeds routed in odd ways, or tech teams involved, or outside servers, or locked systems. These specific technical claims are not confirmed as fact in the way the internet frames them, but they keep circulating because the public believes there's always a back room in high-power circles. And the scariest part of the rumor machine is this. Once people think something was documented, they instantly assume it was used as leverage. They start saying it's not just about one person. It's about a whole circle of powerful names who don't want their connections exposed. That's how these stories grow legs. But here's the fair way to frame it. There's a difference between confirmed court outcomes and online theories. The confirmed part is that Diddy was convicted on specific transportation-related counts and sentenced, and he's appealing. The unconfirmed part is the mansion being some kind of secret facility. That's a claim people throw around because it gets clicks. And still, you can't ignore the psychology of it. When a famous estate becomes associated with scandal, buyers get nervous, even if nothing illegal is sitting in plain sight. Nobody wants their new home to trend on social media as that place, and that alone can freeze the market. Now add this twist. People claim the property was listed, then pulled, and they interpret that as someone is trying to get ahead of the next headline. Again, not proven, but it's how audiences think. The public often assumes every move is strategic when the spotlight is hot. And it doesn't help that commentary videos keep stacking dramatic claims on top of each other. Some even toss out extreme spiritual allegations like he's a deviant and he plays with dark magic. These are facts. That statement is an opinion claim from the speaker, not verified. But once it's said on camera, it spreads like wildfire. Then you've got the network conversation, where people speculate that powerful guests, big careers, and major reputations could be affected by what comes out next. Important reminder, presence at a party does not prove wrongdoing, and it's irresponsible to accuse unnamed people without evidence. But the internet doesn't care. It just cares about the next shock. So what's the real reason this mansion story won't die? Because houses don't get accused, people do. And when people feel like the public only got the clean version of a story, they start hunting for the hidden version. That's why every locked door rumor becomes a headline, and every
But here's the
renovation
catch.
story
The convictions were for
becomes
transportation,
they're
not the
covering
racketeering
something
or
up.
trafficking charges he
But the
dodged.
most viral
The things
part
that didn't
is the
stick,
question
those-
Ticking on Diddy, because on Friday he finds out what his sentence is going to be, but today he found out what prosecutors would like that sentence to be, and it is vastly different from what his attorneys have suggested to the judge. Prosecutors want him to do 11 years, just over 11 years.
at the center of everything. If the mansion is just a mansion, why does it keep getting treated like a vault? Why is it always off market at the most sensitive moments? Why do the rumors always return when legal pressure spikes? And that's what makes this feel like a thriller to the audience. Not because we have confirmed proof of every rumor, we don't, but because the timing, the secrecy, and the silence make people believe there's always more underneath. Now in part 3, we're going to connect the dots in a clean, fair way. What's confirmed, what's speculation, and why the public keeps believing the real story is locked behind doors they'll never see. Here's the part that really messes with people's heads. Even when facts are clear in court, the public still feels like something is missing. And when the public feels that way, they fill the gap with theories, especially when the story includes power, secrecy, luxury, and legal smoke. The confirmed reality is already heavy. There was a federal case, there was a conviction on specific counts, there was a sentence, and there's an ongoing appeal process. That's enough for serious discussion all by itself. But the reason this mansion story keeps resurfacing is because a property can become a symbol, and symbols are stronger than facts on the internet. People look at a huge estate and say, that place isn't just walls, that place is history. And if a place is connected to lawsuits, investigations, and public allegations, even if details are disputed, the public assumes there's always something buried in the background. That's why the listing being pulled becomes a signal to viewers. They don't see it as a business choice. They see it as a retreat. They see it as, close the doors before someone takes a photo. That might be unfair, but it's how the internet reads every move when the heat is on. And once a narrative forms, it becomes self-feeding. People start claiming contractors saw weird areas. People claim realtors deflected questions. People claim certain rooms weren't photographed. People claim security logs show strange access times. Most of these details, the way they're told online, are not verified like official evidence, but they spread because they sound like the kind of thing that would happen in a powerful circle. Here's the clean way to say it without crossing lines. A luxury estate linked to scandal will attract rumors. Buyers may walk for reputation reasons alone, and people who want clicks will always frame normal privacy behavior as hiding something, even when they can't prove it. At the same time, you can understand why the public stays suspicious. When someone has major resources and influence, the public assumes they can shape what's seen and what's not. People believe stories get managed, and they believe silence is purchased. Not because they can prove it, but because they've seen similar patterns in other celebrity scandals. That's why the public keeps asking the same questions again and again. What's still in that house? What got removed? What got sealed? What got protected? And who benefits from keeping access limited? But let's keep this responsible. Speculation is not proof. Even if a room is soundproofed, even if a tunnel exists, even if security is intense, that doesn't automatically equal criminal activity. Wealthy people build weird stuff all the time. The internet turns weird into evil in 2 seconds because it performs better. Still, The reason this story is viral is because the public doesn't trust the simple version anymore. They think the simple version is what you're allowed to know, and the complicated version is what gets hidden behind NDAs, private settlements, and closed doors. So the mansion becomes the perfect symbol of that fear, a place full of locked doors, a place surrounded by rumor, a place that people claim can't be sold because the energy is too heavy. And whether or not those details are true, the public reaction is real. People are watching, people are digging, and people are waiting for the next shoe to drop. And if there's one thing the past year taught the internet, it's this. In celebrity scandals, the truth doesn't just pop out. It gets dragged out over time, piece by piece, by filings, by reporting, by leaks, and by people switching sides. So if you're looking at this story like, why does it keep coming back? That's exactly why. The mansion isn't just a house in the public mind, it's a question mark. Now drop your opinion in the comments. Do you think this is just internet hype, or do you think the mansion is still hiding something major? And before you go, make sure you like this video, share it.
Case. You're hearing about all these videos with celebrities, not going to be part of the criminal case. And
Cassie video.
the Cassie
is
video
gonna be-
is going to be part.
Right.
We're going to get to that in a minute with the jury. But what we did was, number one, we showed them the prosecution's case from one of our documentaries, and then we showed them the defense from the current.
And subscribe to the I Love Gossip channel right now, because we're covering the angles other people skip, and the next breakdown is already loading.